Today, I want to talk to you about how to publish your podcast to Google Play. My name is Doyle Bueller, and host of Breaking Digital podcast, and I'm going to be producing this rather on webinars and on slide shares, and a video and a podcast as well. So, publish your podcast shows on Google Play to connect with your audience and reach millions of potential listeners on Android. That's the reason that Google Play gives you. So this is about part of my digital leadership training series that I talk about time and time again. So it's basically taking all the different pieces that we want to be able to learn about digital marketing and digital strategy and that sort of thing and build it from there. And as Pablo Picasso says, learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. Isn't he smart? So my name's Doyle, as I mentioned, host of the podcast Breaking Digital, and I believe in three main things. Number one, digital leadership, how to be at the forefront of digital transformation. I also like to talk about entrepreneurship, how to grow a remarkable online ecosystem, business and sales. And I also am a strong believer in education, learning the skills of digital strategy, business planning, and entrepreneurship. So welcome. So to start with, I want to, as I mentioned, the host of the Breaking Digital iTunes podcast, and I came across this little tip probably a couple days ago. And I know Google Play's been around for a while, but just recently they've sort of added the ability to have an RSS feed from your iTunes account towards Google Play. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. If you want to take a look at the SlideShare, you can download it. It's at bit.ly/DoyleBueller23. So take a look there, use the slides however you want. They'll like that will lead you to SlideShare, and you can go and take a look and clip some of those slides as well. So enjoy. All right, so podcasting Google Play Music. Like I mentioned, I've got a notice several weeks, not a weeks ago, but I actually saw it about several weeks ago and then decided suddenly that, hey, maybe I should try this. So you can actually publish your iTunes podcast on Google Play Music, which I thought was quite a good way to be able to do that. So why Google Play? Well, you can basically, it allows you to publish on another channel. Now there are quite a few out there. There's Soundcloud, there's obviously iTunes, there's Stitcher rather, and Google Play is now being able to put that in place. So you kind of have to ask yourself, why not Google Play, right? In terms of market share, 57.1%. This is 2016 stats. 57% is Android-based phones, and 34.9% is iOS phones. So, if you're wanting to break into a new market, it's a good place to start. So keep that in mind. So, how many smartphones are there? Well, in 2016, the forecast is 2,000 billion. So no, what is that? 2,000 million. Yeah, let's get the stats right. 2,000 million, which is 2 billion smartphones. And as of last year, there was 1.8 thousand millions, or 1.8 billion. So some cool stats there in terms of how many smartphones out there. And obviously people are wanting to get more content and wanting to have a rich experience. So this is one of the opportunities that you can use to be able to do that. So I got 8 simple steps to kind of help you through this. Step number 1, go to Google Play, right? Here's the link, play.google.com/music/podcast/publish. So if you go there, you'll come up with their main screen, and basically they give you some quick instructions where you can tell you what you're going to do, add to your RSS feed, confirm ownership, and then publish to the platform as well. So let's get started. And if you want a little bit of background too, Google does offer that cool little extra insight in terms of, okay, well, why are you here and what should you be doing, that sort of thing. And if you have any questions, they're pretty good in terms of informing your audience what they want to do. And you can find that link here, and I won't bother repeating that on the podcast, but the link will be there in the various other forms that we have. So step number 2, get your podcast RSS feed. So basically in this case I use Libsyn. So take a look, go into what is it, destinations, and then it has your quick link and then your actual feed. So that's really all you need is the quick links, Libsyn classic feed for iTunes. You just copy that and then basically start to copy and paste your podcast feed, and then Google will do the rest for you, which is step number 3. Pretty easy. Podcasters, enter the URL for your RSS feed. Piece of cake. We can all copy and paste and continue on. Now Google will now give you sort of a confirmation. So you've got the RSS feed URL. Now you just have to verify the ownership, which is pretty easy, and then you publish the podcast, and at that point you'll start to see the details coming through. So you'll have your introduction, your pictures will be pulled down, all of the different episodes that you have will also start to come out as well. So you can't really do much with this right now, but at least you can see that, hey, the feed is actually working. So it's pretty easy. And then what do you do? Well, you got to wait for your podcast approval from Google Play Music. And wait, right? And then you'll get a message, oh, pending approval. So piece of cake, right? And then step number 5, your podcast is approved for Google Play. Excellent. So you'll get a cool little email that says, good news, your podcast, Breaking Digital Leadership for Smart Entrepreneurs, has been reviewed and approved for publication on Google Play Music. Your podcast is scheduled to go live today. Just some cool words to hear. And then if you go back to the update page, you'll see that it does say live. So away you go. Now you do need to open up your podcast. It can be a little bit tricky, but it's not that hard, honestly. You copy the main link that has that's described within the page, and then that's kind of where your platform opens up. Excuse me, and where you can continue. So step number 7, enjoy your podcast on Google Play. So hey, you've got everything. The layout changes slightly to more of a the Google Play interface. So this is where you actually click on the episodes and listen to the different podcasts and the episodes and that sort of thing. So it's pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory, pretty intuitive. So if you want an episode, you just click it, it'll play. If you want to share it, away you go and share it. So, and of course the podcast description, making sure that this is what comes through your RSS feed. So it's important that it is saying what you want it to say through your iTunes or through your platform that you're using to host it as well. So keep that in mind, because that's what people are looking for. And you might want to look at some keywords that you're using as well. If you're trying to if you're trying to get more traction with specific keywords, then that's the opportunity to be able to do that, is in your description. But that's another instruction altogether. Step number 8, share your podcast episodes with your audience. So that's super important, because if you don't share it, then guess what? Nobody's going to hear it except you and your mom, and that's not going to move things along. So share yours and share others and that sort of thing. So just, you got to be active. Obviously, everybody knows that, being in the podcast field. So be active, share yours, share other people's episodes, ones you like. Leave reviews as well. If you listen to something that you enjoyed, hey, leave a review, because you'll impress upon people that, hey, you're serious about this. So if you ever have an opportunity to leave a review, just do it. It's quick, it's easy, it doesn't take much time, and the author, the podcaster, will, I'm sure, thank you and probably return the favor. So piece of cake, right? So now you have the links. You can go listen to my podcast on Google Play, and I got a cool little short bit.ly link that says a lot. So it's bit.ly/Google-Play-podcast. And I can't believe that I'm the first one to use that one. So I don't know how that will help me, but hey, it's easy to remember. Or you can go to my iTunes quick link as well, which is bit.ly/breaking-digital-iTunes. So you can go take a listen there. So in summary, publish your podcast on Google Play. Step number one, go to Google Play. Step number 2, get your podcast RSS feed. Step number 3, copy and paste your podcast RSS. Step number 4, wait for your podcast approval. Step number 5, your podcast is approved for Google Play. Congratulations. Step number 6, open up your podcast. Step number 7, enjoy your podcast. And step number 8 is share your episodes with your audience. So pretty easy, right? All right, cool. So we're just going to wrap up fairly quickly here. Where to go for more help? If you do have a question, please connect with me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Just search Doyle Bueller, or @Doyle Bueller is one of my handles as well. please feel to email me or ring me as well. Here are links to my social channels on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. So always happy to connect. Like I mentioned, you can download this slide deck of this presentation on slideshare.net at bit.ly/DoyleBuehler23. And I'd also like to invite you to my online Inner Circle Facebook group for digital strategy. It's facebook.com/groups/online inner circle. Cool. Don't forget to have fun. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me. I'm Doyle Buehler, and I will see you online.